Discipline over motivation morning does not arrive gently. It does not ask whether we are ready. It does not negotiate with our moods. It does not wait for inspiration. It comes like a silent judge, placing before us the same ancient question: will you govern yourself today, or be governed by your impulses? We rise into a world that does not care about our motivation, and this is where most people fail, not in their dreams, not in their ambitions, but in the quiet war between what they feel like doing and what must be done. We have been taught to worship motivation, to wait for it, to summon it, to depend on it, but motivation is a visitor. It arrives without warning and disappears without apology, misleading. And those who build their lives upon it build on shifting sand. The first battle happens before sunrise, before the world sees us, before responsibilities knock, before the noise begins. There is a moment, a sacred, brutal moment. The mind whispers, stay here, rest longer, begin tomorrow, and in that whisper lives the ancient enemy, the part of us that seeks comfort over growth, ease over strength, escape over truth. We know this voice. It is clever, it is persuasive, it speaks in kindness, yet it weakens us. Long ago, Marcus Aurelius wrote, "At dawn, when you have trouble getting out of bed, tell yourself, I have to go to work as a human being." He did not speak of employment, he spoke of duty. To rise is not merely to wake, it is to accept responsibility for the self. Each morning becomes a proving ground where we decide, will we act from purpose or from preference? 2. Motivation seeks emotion. Discipline seeks truth. Motivation waits for feeling. Discipline acts despite it. This is the difference between drifting and steering. When we wait to feel ready, we surrender control to something unstable, our emotional weather, and emotional weather changes constantly. One day we feel powerful, the next, uncertain, then distracted, then tired, then discouraged. If action depends on emotion, then action will be inconsistent. But when action is rooted in principle, it becomes steady. We no longer ask, do I want to do this? We ask, is this right to do? This shift is subtle, but it transforms everything. 3. The tyranny of destructive emotion. Fear, anger, resentment, self-doubt. They do not destroy us through force. They destroy us through permission. But we permit fear to delay action. We permit anger to control speech. We permit doubt to silence effort. And slowly we lose sovereignty over ourselves. Epictetus once reminded, no man is free who is not master of himself. Freedom is not external, it is internal command. Each time we obey destructive emotion, we hand over authority, but discipline is the act of reclaiming it, not by suppressing emotion, but by refusing to be ruled by it. We feel the storm, yet we steer the ship. For the quiet practice of inner rulage, morning becomes an arena, not for dramatic victories, but for silent governance that we train ourselves to move when resistance appears, speak calmly when anger rises, continue when doubt whispers retreat, focus when distraction tempts escape. This is not heroic, it is deliberate, and over time it builds something unshakable. Character. Character, not the kind displayed, but the kind that acts when unseen. The lie of comfort. Our generation has been seduced by ease. We optimize convenience. We avoid friction. We pursue pleasure disguised as rest. Yet comfort dulls the edge of the will. Hardship sharpens it. Seneca warned, difficulties strengthen the mind, as labor does the body. Without resistance, we decay. Without challenge, we weaken. Without discipline, we drift. The morning therefore becomes our chosen hardship. We do not rise because it is pleasant. We rise because it is strengthening. Reclaiming of the inner world. There is a moment in each day when we feel overwhelmed. The world presses inward. Expectations tighten, chaos surrounds, and we are tempted to react. But reaction is surrender. Response is control. We learn to pause, to observe the emotion, to separate ourselves from it. We begin to understand. Anger is a sensation, not a command. Fear is a signal, not a verdict. Doubt is a voice, not a truth. Discipline allows us to feel without obeying, and in that space we regain command. 7. The shared path. None of this is easy. If it were, it would not transform us. We walk this path together, not as perfect beings, but as striving ones. Each morning we fall short. Each morning we begin again. We are not driven by applause. We are not sustained by excitement. We are guided by something quieter, a commitment to live deliberately, Modern thinkers like Ryan Holiday echo this ancient understanding. Discipline is choosing what matters most over what feels good now. And so we rise again, not because we are motivated, but because we have decided. 8. The unseen victory by nightfall. The world may not notice. There will be no celebration for resisting distraction, no applause for mastering anger, no recognition for showing up without inspiration. But something shifts within. We become steadier, less reactive, less fragile, less dependent on circumstance, and more governed by choice. IX. The oath we renew each morning, each dawn asks us again, will we be passengers or pilots? Will we wait for motivation or live by discipline? We do not answer once, we answer daily, through rising when it is hard, through acting when it is inconvenient, through choosing what strengthens us over what soothes us. And slowly, quietly, we reclaim ourselves, not through force, but through consistent command. Motivation may visit, but discipline remains. And it is discipline that builds the life we claim to want. So, tomorrow morning, when the whisper returns, we will already know the answer. We rise